Welcome to another episode of Dan and Sammy Ruin Kids Books.
Dan and Sam read children's books and ruin them.
Today we're reading The Runaway Bunny, which is by Margaret Wise Brown. Pictures by Clement Hurd.
You often complain that the same person does all of it, and that way it gets a little kind of half-assed.
Yeah, I don't believe in the auteur theory of children's books. I think the division of labor. You're good at writing, you're good at pictures, you're good at whatever.
Let's see if
putting
you like.
barcodes on the back.
I've never read it. You've read this?
I haven't read it either. I've never read this as a child, but I think it's a classic.
Okay, so
it's old as fuck.
Let's take a closer look, or even just a look.
1942.
Oh boy.
So it's important to remember what was going on, the Holocaust.
No, never look the other way. Okay?
It's important background for this. Jews in furnaces.
Okay. Once there was a little bunny who wanted to run away. So he said to his... I mean, it's funny, you just mentioned the Jews, and now it's already...
It's in it. Yeah, it's jumping from a train, maybe.
Right. So he said to his mother...
I'm running away. If you run away,
said his mother,
I will run after you, for you are my little bunny.
Okay, fair.
If you become a fish in a trout stream,
said his mother,
I will become a fisherman, and I will fish for you.
Okay, so a very, very intense relationship.
Yeah, so...
Here. A lot of threats.
Very threatening. I mean, it's meant to be cute, but it seems almost abusive, I would say.
A lot of tension. Also an underlying threat of becoming a different species, right?
Yes. Well, the bunny is trying to imagine how he could get away, or she.
Oh.
A burst of color.
Very nice.
I like this. She's fishing with a little carrot.
Meanwhile, a tree is completely destroyed.
Yes.
What is that?
This is kind of creepy. This looks like a very bad mural on like a third grade elementary school wall, doesn't it?
Although
just very shoddy, bad pictorial elements, not very well painted.
This is technical standpoint. This is weak.
I would say quite weak. I'd say this looks amateurish.
And yet
best.
the person.
But these are nice in the black and white. But something is lost here.
Maybe it's intentional because it's like a dream, a fantasy. So it's kind of
the child, of the little bunny.
So,
or is this of the threat? Are we seeing the fantasy of the threat?
Well, that's exactly what we're seeing, yeah.
If you become a fisherman,
said the little bunny,
I will become a rock on the mountain high above you. If you become a rock on the mountain high above me, I will be a mountain climber, and I will climb to where you are. Wow. I mean, this is very predatory, I would say.
Predatory, although, it might be playful.
It seems not playful. It seems almost like, don't you fucking dare leave this home. I will do what it's like Liam Neeson. Like, I don't care who you are. Yeah. I will kill you. I will find you. I will become a mountain climber.
There's a Liam Neeson vibe, clearly, in this book already. Yeah, I felt his
mother will do what it takes. But it's also about a mother's love.
Right.
But clearly, I mean, this child wants to escape. Something abusive must be going on in this home that he's so desperate to escape.
You can't want to escape just for the pleasure of escaping. It has to be because there's abuse. You can't just want to escape because you want to burst. What do you
want to burst from? The horrible abuse that must be occurring.
Maybe it's just, we're always in a bubble. When we're in the bubble, we want to burst the bubble. When we're outside the bubble, we want to go back in. It might be more innocent than you think. Just saying.
Another terrible drawing. Absolutely horrendous.
So it's interesting. It's like, so clearly
it's just like a Swiss Alp person. I mean, look,
it's about
this is so badly drawn. I mean,
yeah, it's funny. I wouldn't have really necessarily noticed because I just figure, it's kids. I mean, there's a contrast between the black and white and the color here, clearly, right?
This is highly mediocre. The story's kind of fun in terms of just an abusive parent who's going to hunt and kill their child if they ever dare leave, but I'm not impressed by the drawing.
I've never heard you this critical, actually. This might be the most...
I just expect better.
Yeah, this is maybe of all the books we've reviewed so far, is the weakest.
Yeah, I mean, I went to I have an art degree. Okay, I'm credentialed to roast the horribleness of this.
Okay,
this is flat. Look, Rabbit, you could barely even. It's fading into the snow. It's mediocre.
Well, that's the intentional. The rabbit is hiding. It's camouflaging that way.
No.
If you become a mountain climber,
said the little bunny,
I will be a crocus in a hidden garden.
Okay.
If you become a crocus in a hidden garden,
said his mother,
I will be a gardener and I will find you.
Wow, so there's really a feeling of there's no exit. Right? There's no way you're gonna get out of.
Yeah, anything you can do, I can. Annie Oakley. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
Right,
no, I can't. Yes, I can. My grandmother also would sing the song to me.
But that's more possessive. Whereas here we have, it's not possessive, it's kind of cute to say that, but here we have the possessive mother who will stop before nothing, right?
Yeah. And again, another book telling us that the role of a mother is of a woman is purely just to be a mother, and without the child, then she really is nothing. So this is the deep fear of this mother, that if she loses the child, then she actually loses her raison d'être, as you would say.
Absolutely, I say this a lot, and I would say also that the bunny seems to. There seems to be a hint of that sickness, that syndrome, the Munchausen by proxy.
I don't know what that is.
That's a syndrome where the mom invents illnesses, her daughter's illnesses, in order to keep her even closer and take care, alienate her, and so I can see this going in a Munchausen.
And that this is like Grey Gardens.
Grey Gardens, even, but yeah, totally. Did the mom do that?
I guess not. But there's something abusive about the mom. She would nag her until
they were both crazy. The mom was nagging her too.
The mom would always kind of say she wasn't anything, and kind of kept her in her orbit.
I think the Munchausen by proxy exists on some level in a lot of people, and I can see it already here. She's basically telling her, "I will do anything that it takes to keep you by my side, and if it means gaslighting you into thinking you have cancer, I might do that as well." I could see that coming.
That's
in the next
day. If I have cancer and die, and it's like, well, I will make sure of it.
I might kill you if I need to do that. Okay.
Okay, here we have another terrible drawing.
Any comments on how mediocre this is?
I just can't take it.
Okay, let's just not even.
As a 5-year-old, I was able to outperform the mediocrity. See here, flat colors, the differentiation between the different shades, basically non-existent.
Maybe it's to empower the children reading this, that they can do this too.
Yeah, you can do this. Yeah, you should be inspired by how bad this drawing is.
You think some children are confused by the expression "children's book"? The children's book should be books by children. If that's something that happens to kids. Like, I thought this was children's books.
Mm-hmm.
NVM.
Well, that's what that's what Mitch Hedberg also, another Mitch Hedberg joke. Any book is a children's book if the kid can read.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. It's great fun.
We have fun.
Okay.
If you are a gardener and find me,
said the little bunny,
I will be a bird and I will fly away from you.
If you become a bird and fly away from me,
said his mother,
I will be a tree that you come home to. My God, this is like a little Greek. In Greek myths, where the Greek gods would, like, in order to like rape a nymph, like Zeus would transform
into any kind of shape, into a bull,
or into a bush.
I do appreciate
Daphne is changed into a tree to escape Apollo.
That's true, but here what I appreciate is you see signs of letting go, because she's telling her, if you become a bird, I will be a tree that you can come home to. That's much less predatory. It's more like, I'll be there for you.
Yeah, you can come home to.
After
it's
you.
True.
I'm here for you.
It's
and
flipped.
So there's some maturing going on in the
mother
mom.
Maybe is realizing that she has to let go.
Right. She can't just keep turning into one predator disguised into another. Like,
yeah. Yeah. She has empty nest syndrome, and now she's realizing, okay, maybe I need to just be this tree for my child to come to.
Maybe rein it in. Oh.
I mean, so lame. Look at these wings.
Well, this is kind of creative. No, you don't appreciate this. I mean, we didn't
this
expect.
Is like a horrible hedge, like a Edward Scissorhands.
Aren't those beautiful?
That was so stupid.
You didn't when you were a kid and you started saying, you were not amazed by that.
No.
That's the whole point. Were you ever amazed by anything?
I'm very rarely
I was hoping that at least as a child you were able to have a sense of wonder.
I mean, not by hedges.
You were watching Edward Scissorhands and shitting on the low quality of the hedges?
But it just seems, it's not exciting to me.
I didn't expect a bunny-shaped tree. I mean, I didn't think... I thought she would at least become a regular tree, but she can't let go of
No, she became a bunny. She can't let go of her bunny.
I mean, come on. You don't think this is cute? A bunny-shaped bird?
No, I think it's kind of cute, but the drawing is still poor.
Okay.
I maintain the poor quality of the drawing.
Very well.
If you become a tree,
said the little bunny,
I will become a little sailboat and I will sail away from you.
If you become a sailboat and sail away from me,
said his mother,
I will become the wind and blow you where I want you to go. Oh, immediately back to abusive. We had a moment where she was learning, and now where I want you to go. You will become a doctor or a lawyer. You will go to Dartmouth. Right. Like your grandfather and your father before you.
Right, I'll blow the wind toward Dartmouth, okay?
Yeah, to Dartmouth, yeah.
Okay.
You'll get the internship with...
the wind will go toward
with my ex-boyfriend who I dated in college who's really high in finance, and your father doesn't like that we still keep in touch, but I tell him it's worth it for your career. And then one time he found some weird texts on our phones, but we're over that, and what's important is you get the internship at Morgan Stanley.
And the wind will take you there.
The wind will take you there.
Okay. Very well. Okay. I mean, we should have expected this, actually, since they systematically...
It's true. Anthropomorphize the mother to the wind.
You appreciate... This is
original. I do like the sails, the ears being the sails.
I like...
Again, creative impulses. I just wish... This artist had the technique to follow.
I noticed this. Americans have this obsession with technique. I've noticed so many. I remember going to a lot of exhibits of French painters in New York with American friends.
Well, you like Renoir, by the way, which is the perfect example of a painter deeply devoid of any technique, and who paints every person like they have Down syndrome.
It does not matter. I saw Degas exhibit.
The guy's great. The guy knows how to paint.
My friend was complaining about the hands and the body. It's not sound technically. It's not precise.
No.
It's like, is that what you're looking for?
Renoir, every painting looks like someone explained to him for the first time what painting is, and he had to figure it out.
That sounds that sounds great. Actually.
No, it looks horrible. It looks like someone who just goops it up.
Because you have
he doesn't know how to blend colors, so he just kind of smears. What the fuck is this? How is this a major artist?
Unintentionally admitted by telling us how you felt about Edward Scissorhands, you revealed to us that you have no sense of wonder.
If someone gave me a Renoir as a gift, I would throw it in the trash. I would never hang
not
it
even
up
give it to me.
No,
and I love
to
him.
you. I would. One less Renoir in the world is better.
I mean, you'd be so ashamed if you knew
how many Renoirs you owned.
But okay, let's move on. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay.
If you become the wind and blow me,
said the little bunny,
I will join a circus and fly away on a flying trapeze.
Okay.
If you go flying on a flying trapeze,
said his mother,
I will be a tightrope walker, and I will walk across the air to you. Okay? There is I will admit, there's a whimsy that's kind of endearing about this.
And this is actually romantic.
It sounds like a little play game.
I'll be a tightrope walker, and I will walk across the air to you. I mean, how beautiful is that? Don't you wish...
Walk across the air.
Wouldn't you wish someone you love said this to you?
That they'll walk across, yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't because you have no sense of wonder once again. But this is beautiful.
Has anyone said something like that to you, that they would do something crazy for you?
I've never known true poets. I never found out that this is what I want. I'm looking for someone who can say something like this.
What about the poets who sang, "I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked
so boring
1,000 miles"?
So that's a sad, stupid song, and here we have true poetry.
But there were twins who sang that song, so that was kind of nice. Okay, now we're going to see another terrible picture.
I will say I was expecting something a bit more beautiful than this, actually, for the tightrope. Some things are better left unsaid, unshown.
Unshown. Maybe this entire book should have been unshown. Just words. Less
is more. But in this case, this specific image would have been nice left to the imagination.
This little monkey is fun. Okay.
If you become a tightrope walker and walk across the air,
said the bunny,
I will become a little boy and run into a house.
That's really...
Well. So the animals are aware of human relationships.
Right. So they're finally becoming... Okay, go ahead.
If you become a little boy and run into a house,
Said the mother bunny.
I will become your mother and catch you in my arms and hug you.
Oh, that's the biggest threat. There's no bigger threat than that. I will hug you in my arms as your mother? My God.
I feel like animal mothers are always the most domesticated notion of a mother. Like, we never have, like, an animal mother who, like, you know, works in publishing, right, and has to hire a babysitter to read with the kids or something. She's always very attentive and present and a housewife. But again, actually, no father. Never any fathers.
No fathers. I'm assuming that it's also that the people who write these children's books are people who didn't have fathers themselves, like very wounded.
So they're projecting.
They come from broken families.
And they're like, we're going to ruin fathers for kids as well.
And I think it's unfair because not everyone comes from a broken family.
I mean, how can you really expect fathers to be, you know, American fathers to really be a part of their kids' lives when from such an early age they're completely absent? They're shown that fathers are irrelevant.
How awkward.
Not needed. I mean, we've read so many books in which the fathers are gone.
Imagine two parents, you know, they're reading this book to their children. How does the dad feel? How does the kid feel? And how does the mom? The mom feels great.
She feels great. I'm the only one that matters, and the dad is whatever. The dad doesn't exist.
I mean, dad.
Can you blame us for leaving our kids? No.
Conceive and leave. It's the new motto. Okay.
Conceive it and leave it. Okay. On we go. Another horrible drawing.
What? I hope this is not. This is actually the ending.
This kind of looks like Goodnight Moon. I think maybe it's intentional. Okay.
Shucks,
said the bunny.
I might as well stay where I am and be your little bunny.
Yeah, you're trapped. And so he did.
Have a carrot,
said the mother bunny.
So he's basically been broken down.
Down.
And, you know, emotionally abused into compliance.
Where's this famous sex life rabbits are supposed to have, the bunnies?
Oh, yeah, fuck like rabbits.
No sign of that here.
Well, only a single child. Well, obviously the father left this crazy, abusive... I mean, it's such a manipulative mother. Imagine what she was like as a wife. That's why he has no siblings.
Imagine the wife saying all the similar things to the husband.
She's a psycho.
If you,
and he fucking left. He became the wind to just escape.
Yes, I mean that was maybe the most extreme propaganda I've seen.
Crazy.
The least subtle. The least. There's no roundabout. It was extremely in your face.
Yes. And I think also a metaphor for really capitalism, actually, in a way.
That there's no escaping it?
There's no escaping it. That you can't... Anytime you try to even imagine a different form of politics or economic structure...
It's just the same in a different...
The neoliberals will always say, like, you know, you like your iPhone, don't you? And they're like, fuck, I like my iPhone.
I do like my iPhone.
And at the end, you're just like, all right, I guess I might as well just, like, you know, work in a fucking office.
Wow, I mean, this bleak. Are we getting, you know, more bleak and more cynical? Or are these books getting?
No. I think I think the bleakness originates from these books.
Right.
It began here. It seeped into the.
Impossible to become a happy, balanced person growing up on these books.
This is in the Jungian collective unconscious. Now, this is just sunk into all of our brains. And this is how we view things. In this kind of conservative, there is no better. Don't even look for another option or escaping.
There's no exit, no running away, and so you might as well just suck it up.
Yeah, and be the mother's little bitch.
Yeah, and you know, celebrate a society of cucks.
Yes, be a cuck. That's what this book, The Runaway Bunny, horrible title by the way, because he never ran away. This bunny, he stayed in the same place. He had fantasies, and that's really the only place we're able to even exercise any sort of
barely, yes, these
creative
sad little images that I think were poorly drawn on purpose to show you that there's not even in fantasy can there be beauty.
Yes, or we have art, you know, we have movies or books where we can kind of fantasize of a different life, maybe better, more interesting.
But it'll still look like shit.
It still look like shit, and then we have to come back because there's no escaping reality.
That was Dan and Sammy ruin kids' books.
The Runaway Bunny.
If you like this video, please like and subscribe.
And leave us a comment below about what book we should ruin next.